Hey Toy Collector fans, this is Fly Guy for TekSushi.com, giving you a look at this Captain America Winter Soldier. Finally managed to get hold of this, along with the other Cap and Black Widow. And let me just zoom in a little bit here and we'll show you a little bit more of the box. So as is usual with these Marvel Legends, all the Spider-Man ones we reviewed, certainly nice laminated packaging on this, on the logo, so certainly nicely done. Got the Cap shield in the background for the cardboard inner tray. Then the Captain America Winter Soldier logo, and of course you build a Mandroid for this figure, and we'll show you the part that comes with this, and once we finally put it all together, we'll do a review separately on that. On the back of the box you get a picture of the Winter Soldier. I've bashed this one around a little bit, it did arrive in minty condition. So there's some yada yada text about him, and spoiler alert, it's Bucky Barnes from the first movie. I'm sure most of you will have known that. But for those one or two people who will complain or say we spoiled the movie for them, it was pretty obvious, and Marvel kind of told you about it anyway. So on the back of the box, there's all the figures that we've reviewed in this wave. Some great figures in that wave. Definitely recommend you pick these up. I picked it up at dorksuittoys.com and was very happy to get these because they're really hard to come by. So at the time of doing this review, they still have some. If you've not pre-ordered, you really should have, because the Black Widow especially is going for crazy money, so and she's a great figure, so we'll get to her soon, and the Mandroid. So there's again the rest of the packaging, not much else to show you on it. Some nice artwork on the side there of Cap. We've shown that before on his version of the packaging too, and it's the same on the other side. So that's it. And before we show you Cap, he comes with a terrible weapon. It's pretty bad. It's the same as the Hydra Soldier, I believe. And they basically just repainted this thing, so it's pretty atrocious. Doesn't work for me at all. I don't know why Hasbro didn't repackage one of the standard guns that they've used many times before, which I'll show you, which looks far better with the Winter Soldier. So it only comes with this one red gun, and that's a bit of a letdown. In fact, it's the only letdown really for the figure. It's just not a great piece. So again, we'll show you an alternative weapon I've used, and what figure you need to buy to get one of them if you've not already got some spares. So meh to the weapon, rubbish Hasbro. Also inside the box is one leg of the Mandroid. This is the right hand side or the left hand side of the leg. So again, we'll review the whole piece of the Mandroid and show you that in the next or in the video when the Mandroid will be reviewed on his own. Comes with a peg on the bottom too. It's basically a lot of the Ironmonger parts reused, resculpted, and that's basically what you get him. Now also Winter Soldier comes with an alternative swap out head, which kind of looks like he was trying to be a member of KISS but failed miserably and gave up halfway through. It's just not quite right. The facial sculpt is, it's not too bad, but it's this black spray-on, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me. So maybe you customizes it, you can maybe get a bit of thinner on it and apply it properly, but you know, I don't think it's really needed when you get such a good alternative head that we'll show you in just a second. So there's the hair is pretty good. It's definitely on the money. They'll get some tonal shading going on in there. It's nicely done. So great job on the hair. Not bad on the facial sculpt. Pants on the paint of the figure, but nicely detailed blue eyes. So finally, here's the figure. Now again, this weapon is the one which I've added to the figure, but this is a spare weapon from Mystique. You'll get the same weapon will also come with Punisher and a few others, but it fits his hand a whole lot more, and it just looks the part. It looks a little bit more realistic for him anyway, because he does have a kind of sniper rifle in the movie at one point. So that's the weapon that I've used for that. I've also just attached a spare weapon to the side there. Again, it doesn't come with a figure, but it's one that if you want to pop in that little loophole there in the belt and give you an extra machine gun, because he does have one on his back, which would have been nice if they'd added that in just to get that a little bit closer, because the figure is really good. So let me pop up the head and we'll show it a bit more for you. Let's get a look at that facial sculpt. So that's a good detail on the head sculpt there. That kind of slightly BMX bike, racing mud bike kind of mask that he's got on looks good. So the same hair and the same effects that we saw on the other head, but again, it's completely molded in one piece, so you can't take this off. And again, there's that cool red Soviet star with the metallic paint effect. I really like the way they've done this. They put the black paint into the grooves and done a very nice job of getting that all laid out and done well. So it's a very, very nice piece on the arm. As is really everything else on this figure. It's very well done. You get the two tonal different colours of leather going on there. That allows you to unclip this kind of overall chest piece that goes around and wraps around. You can see that more as I turn the figure around. This piece across the chest up here. So there's nice little touches. You can see some silver applied there on the kind of buckles. And we've got that different worn leather on the chest, little bits of black added in. It's been sculpted nicely. As far as I can tell, this is a pretty much unique figure. The feet look a little bit reused, but apart from that, everything else looks brand new to me. But nice detail, nice levels of brown. It's varied, it's different. You get some black underneath there, some shading going on. And again, the hair's been nicely shaded too. They've done a good job on this figure, just really let down by the terrible weapon that it comes with. Nice little touches as well. If you look on his arm, there's extra bullets on that there, with all that kind of brown worn leather look there. It's beautiful. That's a really good looking figure. Lots and lots of sculpt and detail. All these weapons and pieces and padding and armour. Now, it also comes with this slightly sucky belt piece. You've got a moulded knife which goes into this kind of belt that he wears around him. Some nice touches, the kind of grey, or in fact it's brown, the metallic grey on the belt buckles there, which is nice too. But again, sadly, round the back of it, we get a brown plastic knife in that sheath there, so it's not an actual knife. Now, we know they've done things like this before with Warpath, but I guess they wanted to go a little more accurate and mould it correctly, but it's really lacking in the weapons, and you would think the weapons are the cheap part that they could just give away. So, again, very, very confusing. There's some Winter Soldier bottom for you, ladies and gents, if you're into that, and the rest of the figure. And again, I think those boots have been used before. I might be wrong, but they look the part. And of course, we get peg holes at the bottom. So there we go. It's some knee pads going on. And again, if you wanted to take this removable belt off, you could. And that's him. He's a rocking figure. Really like this guy. So in terms of articulation, you could see there when I popped the head off, he's on a ball joint with a hinge, so plenty of movement on that. Lots of rotation and up and down. A little bit limited by his mullet. Needs to go to the barber because that's as far back as you'll get him, but not really a problem. The joints are very stiff. They're very hard to move, but not a bad thing again. You can see the ball joint with the hinge up at the top of the shoulder. There's a swivel joint there on that bicep. You've got a double joint at the elbow, which you can see there. And on the wrist, we have swivel wrists. And also, if I can just move it a little bit, there you go. You can see the join there just on that wrist. But again, look at that, the nice detail on the glove with the kind of knuckle duster in the fingers. So it's beautifully done. Really, really good figure. Very, very impressed. On the waist, you can see that ab crunch. So he's got a good kind of hunch forward, not so much back, but a fair amount of movement. Plus, he's got a swivel waist. Plus, as you can see, he's got these ball jointed kind of G.I. Joe pin hips. Up at the top, we've got swivel thighs. Down at the knees, you've got double joints at the knees, and down at the, no, there's no swivel up there. Down at the ankles, you've got the rockin' vonkles, the ankles which rock around. So plenty of movement, and again, a peg hole there as well. So this is a good figure. I'd love to know your thoughts. What do you think? Winter Soldier, is he rocking or not? Do you know, in some ways it's worth it just for the closeness to the movie sculpt, and that arm just looks so good. That sequence where he's in the movie and he's scraping along the ground as he gets flung off. So very, very good. Very pleased with the job. Great packaging. It was beautifully delivered. Thank you, DorkSideToys.com. Again, did a great job. If you want to buy this figure, there's a link directly underneath, and you'll find all of our social channels and other stuff on there. Twitters and Facebooks and Google Pluses and Instagrams and all that jazz. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let us know what you think. Are you buying these figures? Could you find these figures? They were so hard to get find. As far as we could see, only Amazon in the US got some of these, and places like Dorkside Toys, BBTS, and a few others got them. But again, their waves were very, very limited, so don't know what's going on. But however, Hasbro have promised to reship some of these out, so there are revisions of the case coming. So chances are you're going to get lots of these But again, still hard to get that Black Widow because she rocks, but we'll review her shortly. That's it. Again, leave a comment below, let us know what you think, and we'll see you for another Captain America Marvel Legends review coming up soon. Cheers.